They thought humans would send aid. Not an entire fleet. HFY Reddit stories. Story. The council chamber of the Valorian Assembly was built to endure eternity. Its walls were forged from crystallized alloys that could withstand planetary bombardment, its ceiling supported by gravity anchors older than most known civilizations. It was meant to be a place of calm deliberation, where disputes were settled with words, not weapons. Now it felt like a tomb. Councillor Ishlin stood at the central dais, her translucent skin dimmed with stress-induced discoloration. Around her, representatives of 12 species watched holographic projections of their dying borders. Red markers crept steadily inward, system by system, as the Kraith Imperium advanced. "They have broken the Heliox line," an aide whispered. "Our last defense fleet was erased." Ishlin closed her eyes. The Kraith were not conquerors in the traditional sense. They did not occupy. They did not negotiate. They dismantled civilizations methodically, harvesting resources and leaving lifeless systems behind as warnings. Every appeal for help had gone unanswered. The Yalti Confederacy cited treaty loopholes. The Auranian trade bloc declared the region economically non-viable. Even the ancient Scylla collective, guardians of galactic stability, had retreated behind their borders. "They will reach Vela Prime in 6 cycles, Ishlin said softly. "That is not enough time to evacuate." Silence followed. Not shock. Not outrage. Acceptance. At last, a junior councillor spoke hesitantly. "There is one option remaining." All eyes turned. "The humans," he continued. "We sent a distress petition cycles ago. No response yet, but perhaps." Ishlin let out a long breath. "The humans are distant. Their territory lies far beyond contested space. Even if they come, they would send advisors. Medical ships. Supplies." She paused, her voice heavy. "Not salvation." Still, protocol demanded hope, however thin. "Transmit again," she ordered. "Mark it as priority extinction level." The message traveled across the void, bouncing from relay to relay, carrying desperation encoded in frequencies no translator could soften. When it reached human space, it triggered alarms. Admiral Jonathan Reyes stared at the projection in Fleet Command, jaw clenched as the data scrolled past. Casualty estimates. Civilian populations. Kraith behavioral models. Someone exhaled sharply behind him. "They're not asking for victory," a strategist murmured. "They're asking to survive." Reyes folded his arms. "How long do they have?" he asked. 6 cycles, came the reply. "Maybe 5. Reyes didn't hesitate. "Mobilize the 3rd, 5th, and 9th fleets," he said. "Activate reserve carriers. Recall deep patrols. Prepare full engagement protocols." A stunned silence filled the chamber. "Sir," another officer said carefully, "that's an entire sector's worth of force. We usually deploy that level only for extinction events," Reyes finished. "Which this is." He straightened, eyes hard. "Humans don't send bandages to a burning house," he said. "We bring water. Lots of it." In the Valorian Assembly, no one expected a reply. When the sensor array screamed, several councillors flinched, instinctively bracing for impact. "What is it?" Ishlin demanded. The technician's voice shook. "FTL emergence signatures." Massive ones. Dozens, no, hundreds. The holographic map shifted, suddenly blooming with blue markers. Human markers. Space fractured as jump points tore open one after another, like stars being born in fast forward. From them poured ships of every class, frigates, destroyers, carriers, dreadnoughts so large they cast shadows across entire regions of space. The Valorians stared in stunned silence. They didn't send aid, someone whispered. They sent a fleet, another replied. Then the comms activated. This is Admiral Jonathan Reyes of the United Human Fleet, a calm voice echoed through the chamber. Valorian Assembly, we received your call. Ishlin stepped forward, struggling to steady herself. Admiral, we did not expect. No one ever does, Reyes said evenly. Now tell us where the Kraith are. The Kraith Imperium had never lost a campaign. Their ships were brutal, angular constructs optimized for efficiency and terror. They believed fear was the most reliable weapon in the galaxy. They were unprepared for humans. When Kraith scouts detected the human armada, they assumed it was a bluff, an intimidation maneuver meant to delay the inevitable. Then the humans advanced. Human fleets did not form rigid battle lines. They moved like living things, constantly shifting, overlapping fields of fire, exploiting microseconds of advantage. Their carriers vomited out fighter wings that swarmed Kraith vessels, targeting engines, sensors, and command nodes with merciless coordination. Kraith capital ships returned fire only to find human shields adapting in real time, redistributing energy where it was needed most. This is impossible, the Kraith warlord snarled as another cruiser disintegrated under sustained kinetic bombardment. They should not have this endurance. They come from a death world, his strategist replied grimly. Endurance is their specialty. A human dreadnought drove straight through a Kraith formation, absorbing fire that would have shattered lesser ships. At point-blank range, it unleashed a barrage that turned 3 enemy vessels into drifting wrecks. The humans didn't retreat when damaged. They advanced. From Vela Prime, billions watched the sky ignite. Kraith ships burned, falling apart in spectacular arcs of fire. Human vessels moved with terrifying confidence, pressing the attack, refusing to give the Imperium time to regroup. Within hours, the Kraith offensive collapsed. Some fled. Others were annihilated. The survivors broadcast surrender signals for the first time in their species' history. Admiral Reyes accepted none of them. Withdraw from Valorian space, he transmitted. And understand this clearly, return, and we will not stop at your borders. The Kraith retreated in chaos, their myth of invincibility shattered. In the aftermath, the human fleet remained. Repair ships stabilized Valorian infrastructure. Medical vessels descended to the surface. Engineers worked alongside Valorian technicians, sharing tools, laughter, and quiet determination. Ishlin met Admiral Reyes aboard his flagship, standing before the viewport where countless human ships held position like silent guardians. "We thought," she said slowly, "that you would send aid. Supplies. Advisors." Reyes clasped his hands behind his back. "That's what most species mean when they say help. And what do humans mean?" Ishlin asked. Reyes met her gaze. "We mean commitment," he said. "If we answer a call, we answer it completely." She lowered her head in a gesture of profound respect. "The galaxy will fear this." Reyes nodded. "Good. Fear keeps bullies in check. As the human fleet stood watch over Valorian space, a new truth spread through the stars, passed quietly from world to world. If you cry out to humanity, they won't ask how much aid is appropriate. They'll ask how much force it takes to make sure you never have to cry out again.